Hey Battlefielders, how you doing? This is Fog here. Today I've got a little bit of little video here from NTripp point of view. I don't have any actual game audio. For some reason the capture card just did not like his PS3 whatsoever. So today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm just going to kind of give a few little random thoughts, a little bit about what my week was like this week, and basically, I found out on Monday that a cousin had passed away. And, you know, everybody deals with death a little bit different. And I got a hold of my sister and told her. And we kind of made plans to go down for the funeral. You know, normal, right? Well, a couple of days later, I'm sitting there at work, actually, and my sister texts me and she says, "Did you know that so-and-so passed away?" This is someone else. I'm leaving the name out for obvious reasons. And I was like, no. I had no idea. So this was actually someone that, you know, I'd been to their house growing up every summer, spent 2 or 3 weeks of the summer down there at their house, and found out that he had passed away this past February. And no one had thought to get a hold of us and let us know. I guess it's just dumb luck that I happened to find out that my other cousin had passed this week. Because that's how we actually found out about the other death. Because it was listed as one of his sisters was, where it said that she was survived, or whatever it says in there. I don't know. I didn't read it, but where it lists that her husband had passed. And so it wasn't just one death that I had to deal with, you know. Now it's like 2 at one time, you know. And this is just, I guess, you know, my thoughts are, you know, is that how you know that you're no longer a part of that part of the family? You know, and if somebody dies, that they just say, hey, you know, we're just not going to let them know. You know, and it's not like it's a small family either down there. There's a lot of family members down there, and surely somebody would have thought, hey, maybe we ought to let them know. And the funny thing is, you know, it wasn't even a blood relative that told me about the death this week. You know, it was actually someone's wife, a blood relative's wife, that actually, you know, sent me a message on Facebook, which, mind you, that's the only way she had of getting a hold of me, but that's not the only way that others know how to get a hold of me. So yeah, you know, kind of weird. You know, kind of a harsh reality whenever you go, hey, geez, man, is that as little as they think, you know, of us? What the hell? But, you know, it's all good. It's not like, you know, we lost any sleep over that side of the family anyway. There was an issue whenever my mother passed that come about, you know. That's a totally different story, and I'm not going to get into that right now. But if anybody's kind of interested, you know, I guess I could tell that at a later date. But, yeah, that's just totally weird. It's kind of hard dealing with death anyway, and then having to deal with 2 at one time. You know, that's just like a huge slap in the face to me whenever I realized, you know, that's... But, like I said, you know, well, joke's on them, because we're going to mourn our way, because my cousin that passed away here this week, he was probably one of the coolest guys down there. Just the awesome laugh and loud. Whenever he walked in, you knew he walked in the house. You know, he was just had that type of personality. And if he should actually have his picture beside the term good old boy, because that's exactly what he was. You know, he was not a redneck by any means. The redneck in the good way, actually. Country, southern, however you want to say it. Just totally awesome. He's gotten a couple brothers and sisters and that are still survived, and well, at least I guess. You know, I don't know. I'm that far out of the friggin' loop. I have no idea. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're all dead. Hell, I don't know. God knows, you know, they never thought to tell me about the ones that I do know about, so maybe all of his other ones are dead. Hell, I don't know. But I'd kind of be interested in knowing, you know, your thoughts too. You know, do you think that that's a kind of an indication of, you know, you're no longer part of that family, that side of the family, or that section of the family? Probably, yeah, I have a big family, or did have. 12 kids on one side and 10 on the other, or something. Oh my God, I can't even remember if it was 12 and 11. I think it was 11 and 10, but one of my father's brothers died at birth. I think that's what it was. And all my aunts and uncles are gone from my father's side and my mother's side. So, you know, they're up here. It's everybody on my dad's side. There's nobody from my mom's up here. Never really has been. We had a cousin that was up in Dayton, up north of us a little bit, but he was on mom's side. And I can remember, you know, he started kind of going down to this one section of family, and a lot of them kind of, now mind you, they wouldn't say anything to his face, you know, because that's not how you do things. You don't say something to anybody's face. But I heard, you know, stories of how they talked about him a little bit. First time they went down there, mind you, the first time. And, but he kept going down because, you know, no one told him, you know, that they were kind of talking about him. And basically, he kind of won them over, really, because, you know, they were, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, was so-and-so coming back down? You know, well, we had a great time last time he was down. But yeah, the first time, you know, everybody was taken aback by him, you know, and they just, it's funny seeing that in your own family. But I am terribly sorry that this is the first kind of walkthrough commentary, kind of off the wall thing that I've done, and it's revolving around death. But you know, that's what I had to deal with this week. You know, all week I found out on Monday my one passed away. Then I found out on Wednesday that the other one had passed back in February. And mind you, he was not a blood relative, but he was, you know, like I said, I was there at their house 2-3 weeks out of every summer growing up. You know, I would stay down and just hang out and go fishing and just be a kid, basically, you know, down there with my other cousins. Now, mind you, a little background here, might have should have started with this, but all of my first cousins were so much older down there that they were like aunts and uncles almost because of the age difference. I run around with my second cousins, all their kids, you know. Some a little older, some a little bit younger, but, you know, there was a good mix, age range right there, and I kind of fell right in there. But Yeah, it's kind of weird. You know, it still makes you think. And I was just kind of sitting there watching the video a little bit there. This is actually NTripp's point of view from one Friday night, and not his best gameplay, to say the least, because he is a much better player than what this is actually showing. The other team had some actually really good players, even though they weren't huge, great players in but they were decent. They had good aim, but we kind of come into this, I think, a little bit late. I don't even know if I'm in this one yet or not. I may have come into the game after this one. We just never did get kind of mixed up and run a squad deathmatch or anything like we had the one week whenever I showed Manion's point of view. I would really like to get more footage like that, because it seemed more squad oriented and teamwork oriented, where what happened whenever this was filmed was just kind of randomness. You know, one guy was doing this, one guy doing that. We never did really get together and actually do anything, you know, like as a squad and stuff. And I would much like to show that gameplay for you from Tripp's point of view here, because some of his gameplay is actually really awesome. But yeah, the video's starting to come down to a close, and once again, I apologize for the content of what the commentary was about, but you know, as always, just leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Though, do you think that a situation like that would kind of make you think, you know, hey, maybe I'm no longer considered part of that side of the family or whatever? But yeah. Thanks for watching, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. I'm going to do a little bit of a few other little things. There might even be another Captain Carl. Might even do an interview with Captain Carl, actually. So anybody knows what I'm talking about there, you know, you can let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, YouTube.